can return to court. Yes, he can drag me to court to challenge his innocence, to challenge whether he is innocent or not. Because I still stand by my position that those clips are original. If they were not original, we wouldn't have gone ahead to publish them. It's a sting operation that was undertaken more than 2 years ago. The whistleblower, the person, a contractor in Kano, or a lot of contractors in Kano have been complaining about the governor's habit of collecting bribe from contractors from 15 up to, some say, up to 30% are commission from every project executed in the state. One of the contractors is a friend of mine. He complained to me, and I told him that we can't go ahead to run such a story because of the magnitude of the allegations without having a hard facts at our hand. Then he agrees to plant a spy camera on his captain. After planting the spy camera, he kept taking the shots month after month until he got the correct shots, getting the governor's face, about 15 clips. He captured about 15 clips. Well, during the operation, he gave the governor well over $5 million during the operation. And he captured most of the bribe-taking scenes in those 15 clips. So it is not issue of saying that these clips are not true, this and that. Nobody can just wake up in a day and just heap all these allegations against a sitting governor and just be walking free. Also, I have received several threats to my life, really. But standing by the truth, being protected to go to Kano and testify before the committee shows that I have at least some semblance in truth in my testimony.
Well, maybe you didn't get a certain point I was driving at. I was saying, is it possible that the Kano State House of Assembly will conduct its investigations and then come out eventually to say, well, there's been a mix-up somewhere? Considering that this is election season, Kano is a major swing state, and the APC, the ruling party, needs Kano. Would this be the right time, in your view, to go after the governor of Kano State? Do you see a possibility that there will be a cover-up at the end of the day?
Yeah, everything is possible in Nigeria. You can't rule out the possibility of a cover-up, the possibility of connivance at the end of the day. But the truth will surely prevail. They can take me to court, and I will gladly honor the sermon, because I stand by the truth. Even if the assembly at the end of the day says that they made their independent forensic investigation and arrived that the clips were doctored, then we can go to court. The governor can still go to court to prove his innocence in the court of law. But in as much as he did not go to court, I will still be insisting that what I have published is the truth. I have not published falsehood against the governor.
Mr. Jafa, let me ask you this. You had a staunch that you followed for 2 years as a journalist going for investigative journalism. You had an objective you wanted to achieve in pursuing this story. First, I want to know what that objective was. Secondly, the day you appeared at the Kano State House of Assembly, there was a protest, people calling you liar, and sadly, children, underage children carrying placards. How would you juxtapose the reaction so far to this commendable report you have done? Would you say you're satisfied and the objective you set out to do has been met?
Yeah, truly, the objective has been met, really. The fact that the Assembly has risen up from its shell to investigate the matter, really, the objective has been met, at least. And it will also serve as deterrence to other governors, because I have seen a governor that was expressing his dismay over the issue, because he knows that it is the truth. It was in private, though, really. He was expressing his dismay over the issue, even lamenting over the governor's action, saying that why shouldn't he have done that by proxy. So that is the normal thing in Nigeria. So that aside, regarding the reactions in Kano, especially the aspect of allowing school girls and boys to come out from their classroom and protest against somebody who is doing his job, it is really disheartening. It is really disheartening, and that proves the fact that, or the allegation that the governor is engaging underage voters in election process. So it is really saddening, and government the federal government should really do something about this, because it shouldn't be allowed to go this way, because other states can also borrow leave by allowing underage voters to be participating in election process. Really, and I'm happy really that the people of Kano, my coming to Kano to testify before the committee, the rousing welcome I received from well-meaning people of the state, and from the pulse of the people, I know that really I'm by the side of the truth. That is why the protest against my presence there was only undertaken by underage people, underage schoolgirls and boys who do not know what is happening. They were not even aware of what they were holding on the placards.
Well, you say there have been threats to your life. Can you tell us the nature of those threats? And, you know, you are staying in a safe house. For how much longer can you afford to stay in a safe house?
Yeah, really, as long as they concluded the investigation, I believe that, or as you know, time heals. As long as the investigation is concluded or the matter is settled, I believe that I can walk freely like any other person. But for now, really, I have to look left, right, and center before going out. I walk with trepidation, thinking that maybe somebody, I'm becoming paranoid, somebody may have been trailing me. I believe that everything will come to pass as soon as possible.
But have you received any direct threats, either to you or to members of your family?
Yeah, yes, I did receive in my Kano home. The gateman has been complaining that some strange people have been coming to ask of me in the house, which is quite very strange, because I only relocated to the house 6 months ago, and even my friends usually call before coming to meet me in the house. And only my close friends know that I'm living in that house. So I find it strange that people are coming and asking me, even shortly after dawn prayer, around 5:30 or 6 a.m. in the morning. So it is really strange, and I have petitioned the issue to the police, asking them to look at the matter and ensure that my family is secured.
You said you were originally approached by a contractor and other contractors, perhaps, about the governor always collecting kickbacks, as it is called. You also mentioned a certain politician. Now, who is that politician? And two, do you feel you have been used by the politician and the contractor? Do you feel used?
No, not at all, really, because I refuse to be used by a certain politician who wanted to even help me travel outside the country, relocate my family there, to be safer, in a safer climb. Then he asked me that arrangement has a clause really in it that I should not publish the videos until after INEC deadline of substitution of candidate has elapsed. Then I told him that, no, I thought you were only helping me as a Nigerian who is in danger to safeguard my life and ensure my security. No, he said, no. While I help you, you also have to help us because we are politicians. No, I said, no, I cannot do that. I'd rather die here in Nigeria than to go and do some political biddings of politicians outside the country. Then I just released the videos a day after the arrangement fails.
Will you at any point be willing and ready to name the contractors and name the politician?
Really, the politician issue is not even an issue, but the contractors bit really, because I respect the universal principle of confidentiality. As a journalist, trained journalist, I cannot disclose the source of my information, because if I disclose it today, nobody will contact me tomorrow and seek my confidence while giving me any story. So in difference to this principle, I cannot disclose the source.
Mr. Jafa, for an administration under the President Muhammadu Buhari, talking so much about fighting corruption and anti-corruption crusader that the president positions himself as, how would you like to see this your story climax?
Well, really, it is another litmus test for the administration. If they really mean well for the anti-corruption crusade, the governor should be investigated, because I have seen how EFCC has become so proactive in pursuing Ayo Fayoshe's case. Even while he was a governor, they have already concluded, saying that they have already tidied up their investigation against or on him. So in this case, from what we are learning, it's like EFCC and IC, all other anti-corruption agencies have not taken a step to start investigating the matter or tidying up the investigation around the case, so that once the governor loses immunity, they will easily bolt into action without any waste of time.
Well, I mean, have you on your own, as a concerned citizen and as a man who has the evidence, have you taken steps to submit a petition to the EFCC or the ICPC, as it were?
No, really, as a journalist, I publish in my medium. We normal journalists hardly write petition if something does not pertain their safety or security. So since this issue, other people can petition to the ICPC, EFCC, and what have you, all other anti-corruption agencies. But in this case, really, as a journalist, I strictly remain on the editorial line of the of handling the video clips, because I am handicapped. You understand? Even if as a citizen, I can petition, really, but the best thing to do is for me to publish them. All other things, other people or CSOs and can carry from there. But for me, it's just to publish and say the truth.
Well, the reason I asked you whether you'll be willing to name the contractor or the politician that approached you is that, okay, let's imagine a scenario in which, the EFCC takes up the matter. There will be need for witnesses. Now, would those persons be willing to come forward? Those contractors who did the sting operation, would they be willing to come forward to testify? Have you thought of that?
Yeah, I am still on that issue. I've been discussing the issue with my lawyers, even appearing the House committee that invited me to Kano has even asked me if I can produce the person or the contractor before the committee, so that maybe they investigate him or they question him in camera before the committee, so that nobody will see what has happened or see his face. They will just take his testimony. We are still on that, discussing with my solicitors over the issue and see, and I think by next week we'll come up with a conclusion whether to present him, because he is willing, whether to present him before the committee or not.
Well, let me put another question to you. When all of this happened and you published that video, one of the commissioners in Kano State, in defending his boss, said he wondered what you were trying to drive at, because in Kano State, the collection of kickbacks is a standard practice. And why were you targeting the governor, knowing that this is what is done with every contract? What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, because Yes, because it was really saddening experience for them to resort to name calling, calling me blackmailer and all that, because somebody just said the truth. If I had not gotten the clips, I may not have gone forward to publish the story, just the story. Nobody will even care to read the story because, as you said, it is a normal practice in Nigeria collecting kickback by governors. So what is not normal is getting the governors caught in the act of collecting the bribe. That is why it is raising dust. The issue is raising dust. That is why the denial and what have you, despite the hard facts. And a lot of people were initially saying that the clips do not have they do not have voice conversation in them. Do not have. I then explained to somebody that Opa robbery, CCTV footage of Opa robbery does not bear a single sound of gunshot while about 19 people were killed in the act. And the police used that clip to magnify the faces of the actors or the people, the robbers, and arrested them, tracked them and arrested them. So the issue of deadening the voice clips in order to protect the whistleblower or the contractor whose voice was also clearly heard in the behind or in the original clip, which I give to some media houses to also listen and see that we are not raising false alarm. So this is actually...
Go ahead, finish.
Go ahead, you were going to say something.
Hello.
You were going to say something. Please go ahead.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you there, but I have a question. There's a tendency to politicize a lot of things in Nigeria, like Ruben rightly said earlier. You followed this through for 2 years, you have said. Why now? We are barely 4 months to the elections. And so when the governor says that this is politicized, this is doctored, don't you think he has a point there? If you did this for 2 years.
He only showed me, because he took them for over 2 years ago, and he did not tell me that he has carried out the operation. He remained silent. He only showed me the clips, I think, in January last year. Then after showing me, I've been on his neck, putting pressure on him, telling him that we are doing this for the public good. There is no criminal intent in it. We are just doing this in order to help the administration fight corruption. Then after convincing him, just a few weeks ago, by end of this September, he agreed to give me the clips. Just a few weeks after giving me the clips, I run them. Well, so there is nothing, they did not last long with me.
There is a part of that video that I would like you to clarify. Why would a governor, the chief executive of a state, collect cash and he will be stuffing it under his agbada or babariga? I mean, the money could have been given to him in a bag. The money could have been given to his ADC. The money could have been given to any of his aides. Why would a governor, collect money in that kind of manner? Did you bother to ask the contractor?
No, some governors are different because I know that I have also worked in government. I've worked with Kwankwaso and Ganduje together. Ganduje as deputy governor, Kwankwaso as governor for 4 years. Really, I know what has been going on in government. I know their nature. Some governors can do even worse, really, because if you see them maybe up close and personal, you'll see that they have certain habit with people from the background or outside may not know what is actually happening. So I wasn't actually surprised at that scene in which the governor is being directed, put this in your pocket, get up, I think they will be better. No, it is just normal thing. Inner workings of the government and their habit, really, particularly the governor can go to that law in taking the money.
Well, it's good you mentioned Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso. There are some people who are saying that, in fact, you are an agent of Senator Kwankwaso because, Senator Kwankwaso and the governor, Ganduje, they are not on good terms. So,
Yes.
So, yeah. So,
I think,
are you guilty as alleged?
Yeah, I should clarify. Yeah, I should clarify this, that I'm not working for Concoso since May 29, 2015, that his tenure expires. I joined Premium Times as assistant editor there. So, taking you back before even joining there, I think from 2015 to date, I had a personal contact or personal meeting with Ganduje for over 10 times. And I only saw Konkoso, I think, twice. In nearly 4 years, I only saw Konkoso twice to just go and greet him as a former boss. So if it is about closeness, I think I'm even more closer to Ganduje than I am to Konkoso. And the relationship, I only worked for Konkoso for 4 years. While Ganduje they worked together with Konkoso 20, they've been together for 40 years, worked together for over 20 years. So because of their closeness, he even allowed him to succeed him, anointed him to succeed him, but allowed me to just start looking for a job. So you can see the closeness. So saying that I'm very close to Konkoso, because I'm close to Konkoso, I'm doing this to Ganduje and all that, that is not, it is untrue. Just a week before the release of the videos, I made scathing remarks, scathing analysis against Konkoso's decision to handpick his in-law as the governorship candidate in Kano State. And I exposed the fact that the primaries that saw the emergence of the in-laws, the Konkoso's in-law, was actually held in Konkoso's personal residence. Wow.